All right, well, this is exciting. This is my first Advent devotional video. And so this week, our theme is looking at Advent conspiracy. That's our big theme for Advent. And this week we're looking at the first step toward conspiring against the consumerism of this season. And that is to worship fully. And you know, when we think about worship, sometimes we think, well, you go to a service and you go through these motions. And that's good, that is worship. But I think for this purpose, worship is deeper than that. Worship is really about understanding that God is at the center of everything, at the center of our whole life. And so I was wondering if we thought more about this season, instead of giving a present at Christmas, what if we focused more about being present? Because that's really what worship is stopping, being still in the moment and realizing that God is with us and that we need to be present with God, present with ourselves, and present with others. And to illustrate this, I want to show you a story. You know, I had the privilege of going to Guatemala a couple weeks ago. I spent 9 days there and traveled all around the country with Pastor Karen, who is the president, the lead pastor of the National Lutheran Church in Guatemala. And one day we were in a little village called Maya Itza. And it's this village of about 1,600 people. It's a very simple place full of wonderful people. And one morning, it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, Pastor Karen was called to go visit a woman. And she asked if I would come with her. And so I did. And there was a young man from the place we were staying, and we walked about 20 minutes through these little dirt roads to the other side of the village. And we came into this room. And this room, it was one bedroom full with 3 generations of people. And it was just crammed with people. And there was a woman lying on a bed named Maria, and she was very ill. And Pastor Karen entered into that room, and she sat down on the side of Maria's bed, and she was just totally present with this woman, and with her husband, and with her children, and her parents, and it was just an amazing moment. Here's this woman, Pastor Karen, who is an incredibly important and powerful leader in the church, in churches all across the country. She's got all of these people that she's responsible for, all of these things that she could be worrying about. But in that moment, she was fully present with this woman in this, what we would consider just an obscure backwoods village. But that woman was the most important person to her. And as I watched Pastor Karen be present with this family, I thought, this is what it's all about. If only I could be that present with everyone that I meet. And so I wonder, this season, if we focus in on being present with everyone, whether it's the cashier at the checkout counter, or a food server, or the person who's trying to cut you off in traffic, if we can just understand that every person we meet is a child of God and is important. So this Advent season, rather than focusing on giving another present, let's focus on being present.